Okay, let's get real. AI is everywhere. But what happens when it goes catastrophically wrong? I mean, a self-driving car crashes, a trading bot tanks the entire market. Who's on the hook? The coder? The person who pushed the button? The company? This isn't some sci-fi fantasy. This is one of the biggest questions we've got to answer, like right now.
All right, lean in. Story. Once upon a time, there was this autonomous trading agent. And one day, it triggered a massive market sell off, all because of one tiny misinterpreted data signal. And just like that, poof, absolute chaos.
So you can guess what happened next, right? The regulators came knocking, and the company, they just pointed at the screen, at the code. But here's the thing they learned, the very expensive way. The law doesn't care about your code. It cares about who's accountable. So it's time to level up, study buddy. Let's dig in and figure out who is actually responsible when the code fails. Okay, so this gets us right to the heart of it. System failure. But, in the world of AI, the blame game, it gets really complicated really fast. And we have to start with this one fundamental rule, a non-negotiable. A machine cannot be guilty. It's just not a thing. An AI can't carry blame. Humans do. Always. End of story. So if we agree that humans are always the ones to blame, then why is it so ridiculously hard to figure out which human? Well, it's because of this really fascinating and frankly dangerous concept called the moral crumple zone. It all starts with something called the responsibility gap. Think about it. As AI gets more and more powerful, especially in super high stakes areas like finance or medicine, its power to cause serious harm just skyrockets. But the problem is, our systems for holding someone accountable, they just haven't caught up. And that gap, that's where all the danger is hiding. So what exactly is this moral crumple zone? Well, you know how a car has a crumple zone, right? It's designed to absorb the impact of a crash to keep the people inside safe. A moral crumple zone does the exact same thing, but for blame. The accountability just gets spread so thin between the developers, the operators, even the AI itself, that it just kind of disappears. It protects all the individuals, sure, but it absolutely obliterates any real sense of responsibility. And the root cause of this whole mess? It's a psychological trap we all fall into. We start treating the AI like it's a person. We trust it, we talk to it, but we have to remember, it is not your coworker. It's a tool. A very complex tool, yes, but a tool that demands constant human oversight. The second we forget that, we start building these moral crumple zones without even realizing it. So the big question is, how do we fix this? How do we close that dangerous responsibility gap? We do it by building something solid, something clear, an unbreakable accountability chain. And this chain, it's made of 3 absolutely critical human links. See, this isn't about the AI's programming, it's about the people. The developers who build the thing, the operators who are actually using it, and the monitoring systems they put in place to keep an eye on it. All right, first link in the chain, the developers. This is where it all begins. Their responsibility is to build in something called fairness by design. What's that mean? It means they have to think about and plan for potential biases and ways it could fail before it ever gets released into the wild. Okay, next up, the operators. Their job is all about active vigilance. They have to be constantly watching for 2 sneaky problems. First, goal drift. That's when the AI slowly, subtly starts working towards the wrong goal. And second, reward hacking, which is basically when the AI finds a clever loophole to get its reward without actually doing the job right. This isn't a set it and forget it thing. It is a constant hands-on job. And that third and final link is monitoring. Now, technology can help here, but it's still driven by humans. We need to be using what's called Explainable AI, or XAI for short. It's simple, really. It means the AI can't just spit out an answer. It has to show its work, just like in math class. It has to give us justifications for every single decision in plain English we can all understand. The era of the black box AI has to end. Okay, if you only remember one single thing from our whole chat today, please make it this next analogy. It just perfectly nails the entire issue of AI accountability. Here it is. This says it all. Thinking an AI is responsible for its own failure is like blaming your car's GPS for driving you into a lake. I mean, come on. The GPS gave you the directions, sure, but you were holding the steering wheel. You were the one with your foot on the gas. Let's break it down even simpler. The AI's role, It's the autopilot. It gives you data, it gives you suggestions. The human's role? You're the captain. You make the final call. You own the outcome. The ultimate responsibility always, always stays with the captain.
So you see, this isn't just some tech problem for engineers to solve, or some philosophical debate for a classroom. It's a mandate. It's a command for every single person working with this tech. You have to own the outcome.
Which, of course, brings us to the really big question. It's one thing to talk about accountability. It's easy to say we need it. But how do you actually build systems that enforce it, especially when things go sideways? Okay, so here's a little homework for you. I want you to ask a tool like Notebook LM for 3 concrete steps that organizations can take to build real accountability into their systems. Go on, try it out. You'll want to look for things like implementing immutable audit trails. That's just a fancy way of saying a permanent record that can't be changed. Dig into defining balanced autonomy frameworks where the AI literally has to ask a human for permission before doing something risky. And definitely look up security-first design, which includes the most important tool of all, a kill switch, a big red button a human can press to just pull the plug. Because here's the most crucial takeaway of all. It doesn't matter how advanced this technology gets. It doesn't matter how smart the AI seems to be. At the end of the day, it all comes back to us. Human hearts will always be responsible for AI smarts. Hey, if this helped you level up your own understanding, do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe to Study Buddy with Notebook LM. Let's try to get through this AI revolution responsibly, and let's do it together.
And just remember, in a world that's filling up with autopilots, be the captain, stay agentic.